Hey there, it's your favorite Savannah area realtor, Renee Williams, and just wanted to take a few minutes today to go over a couple of items that are negotiable within your purchase agreement when you, well, could be on either side, but today I'm going to specifically talk about the items that are negotiable on the buyer side for a purchase agreement in the state of Georgia. So I use the Georgia Association of Realtors agreements, their contracts, which are written by attorneys, reviewed and updated every year. And there are items that you can definitely work in your favor and make it fit your situation the best that it can. So these items that are negotiable when you do write an offer and you actually offer someone that you will purchase their property, the items that you can sort of fill in the blank and offer what you'd like to happen in the transaction is number one, the purchase price. So the purchase price, of course, is the amount of money that you are willing to spend on that particular piece of property. The second item with that is the seller's contribution to closing costs. So you can actually ask the seller of the property to contribute to your closing costs, because as a buyer, you will have fees that are associated with getting a loan. Now, if you don't have a loan, this would be minimal, but when you actually secure a loan to purchase the property, you have what's called closing costs for that loan, and you can ask the seller to contribute to that. Generally, those costs, it can vary somewhere between 3 and 4% of the purchase price, and so you can ask the seller to contribute a certain amount of money to that. The next thing is the date of closing. So whether you want it to be in 30 days, 40 days, 50 days, 60 days, or you want it to be a shorter window, you can ask for the date that you want that works best for you when you write up your purchase agreement. The next thing is the earnest money deposit. Now, your earnest money is your amount of money, I call it your good faith money. It shows you're serious about the transaction. It's the amount of money that you're willing to put down and ask them to take this property off the market and put it as under contract or pending. With the earnest money deposit, there is no set amount. Typically, people say between 1 and 3% of the purchase price is normal, but there is no set amount. I would say if you want your offer to be viewed more seriously, a larger amount does that. It can also help you win a multiple offer situation if you have a higher earnest money deposit. Now, that is an amount of money that you can get back when you line up the proper contingencies. And one of those contingencies that I do recommend you give some consideration to is the due diligence contingency. And what that is that gives you an amount of days after the offer is accepted in order to complete your own inspections, home inspection, termite inspection, if there's a septic tank, to find out what flood insurance would cost you if it is in a flood zone, to just do your literally due diligence. That's what that period is called. Now, that could be a very short amount of time, a couple of days, it could be a couple of weeks. It just depends on the situation, and that's your opportunity to get things done. I do think that is your opportunity you could back out in that period of time for any reason or no reason. And so it is important to have a period of time that allows you to do that when you write your purchase and sale agreement. And so those are the things that are negotiable. The last thing is really the financing contingency. And I just would say if you do need to have a loan to actually purchase this house or this piece of property, then you want to check with your whoever is doing your loan, your lender, for what that amount of time should be for that and the appraisal contingency, because those are two things that will allow you to back out of the transaction if you cannot get financing and the appraisal is not enough within that period of time. And so those are the items that are negotiable for you as a buyer when you purchase a property and you're writing that purchase and sale agreement. Those are things that you actually fill in the blank on the Georgia Association of Realtors agreement. So I hope that was helpful. If I can give you any more insight, or if you're thinking, gosh, I might want to buy a property myself, please feel free to reach out to me. I would love to help. Thanks.